Crypto Twitter is awash with the rumor of SEC Chairman Gary Gensler resigning from the regulatory agency. Pro-XRP attorney John Deaton commented on the rumors, saying John Deaton, the lawyer representing over 75,000 XRP investors in the current legal dispute between Ripple and the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, recently revealed noteworthy insights during his presence at the first Onexcloud blockchain industry conference hosted in Texas. Deaton's speech offered light on an important legal component that may put doubt on the SEC's actions: the idea of qualified immunity. Qualified immunity protects government employees, including those in the SEC, from personal culpability while carrying out their official responsibilities. Deaton stressed that this protection poses a substantial barrier to accountability for regulatory choices. Deaton drew attention to the legal case involving Bernard Madoff, in which investors sued the SEC for failing to act despite numerous warnings about the renowned Ponzi scam. Unfortunately, the court rejected the complaint, emphasizing the difficulties in holding the SEC responsible. Deaton detailed the current state of the Ripple appeal procedure. While an interlocutory appeal motion is pending, a full appeal may only be filed after the trial, greatly lengthening the time frame. Deaton considered the possibility of SEC officials taking the stand or maybe mediating a settlement. The possibility of the latter alternative is dependent on the outcome of the Coinbase lawsuit, since the SEC's view on the security of other cryptocurrencies might influence the settlement. Deaton projected in his talk that Judge Annalisa Torres would dismiss the interlocutory appeal and force the SEC to wait for a complete appeal, which the Second Circuit may not consider until late 2024. The legal issues of Ripple's struggle with the SEC's view were revealed by John Deaton's observations at the ONexDC Live conference. The concept of qualified immunity presents a considerable barrier to bringing the SEC and its personnel responsible. As the appeals process unfolds, the result of the Coinbase case looms big, defining the future course of possible settlement. In addition to John Deaton's observations, the Ripple community has remained loyal in their support for the firm, despite the continuing legal processes. Powered by the need for transparency and regulatory certainty, numerous innovations, including as partnerships, technical improvements, and collaborations within the digital asset ecosystem, continue to take place. These initiatives demonstrate Ripple's tenacity and dedication to transforming the world of payments and cross-border transactions. Linda Jones, a well-known Wall Street veteran, predicts a big rush of institutional money ready to join the XRP market, although the timing remains undetermined. Due to the continuing legal struggle between Ripple Labs and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, XRP has been a recurring issue among experts, drawing significant interest in 2023. The essence of the issue is the SEC's claim that XRP sales, both primary and secondary, qualify as investment contracts, implying that XRP should be classed as a security. If this accusation is shown to be accurate, Ripple might be accused of executing an unregistered securities offering for more than $1 billion. Furthermore, XRP would be subject to SEC regulatory scrutiny. Numerous experts and XRP supporters say that the long-running legal fight has considerably lowered the token's price. However, Linda Jones believes that institutions would eventually drive XRP's value higher if greater legal clarification is supplied. Although Judge Annalisa Torres recently ruled in Ripple's favor, declaring that secondary XRP purchases do not constitute investment contracts, the legal procedures are far from over. Jones emphasizes the role that congressional legislation would have in raising the price of XRP. In my opinion, institutional money will drive XRP's price higher, Jones says. Legal clarity and structure are required for institutions. One crucial component was the litigation. More congressional legislation is required, but it will be passed. The money will then pour in a massive wave. They're getting ready. While the current legal battle between Ripple and the SEC has brought some early respite for XRP, the final outcome and market direction will be determined by future legal developments. The involvement of institutions and the passage of congressional legislation to provide a clearer legal framework are believed to be critical in unlocking the potential of XRP and drawing significant investment into the digital currency. As the market waits for clarification on XRP's regulatory status, focus shifts to the acts of institutions and politicians whose choices will influence the future of Ripple's asset and possibly release a tsunami of wealth into the XRP ecosystem. According to the SEC complaint, Ripple Labs generated more than $1 billion via the sale of unregistered securities. According to the SEC, XRP is a security since it was marketed by Ripple as an investment contract, which is a sort of financial instrument that allows investors to benefit from the efforts of others. The action filed by the SEC is based on the Howey test, a four-part examination used to evaluate whether a financial item is a security. The following questions are asked on the Howey test. According to the SEC, XRP fulfills all four sections of the Howey test. According to the SEC, XRP investors place their money at risk in the hope of profiting from the efforts of Ripple Labs and other third parties. The SEC further claims that XRP is a common enterprise since it is used to enable Ripple network transactions. Ripple and its digital currency XRP have hit a major stumbling point in their path, which is tied to regulatory fights. Notably, cryptocurrency litigation specialist John Deaton explains how the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has hampered XRP potential development. A pro-XRP attorney, John Deaton, took to Twitter to voice his worries about XRP's growth, which has lagged behind other cryptocurrencies since the Ripple versus Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, case went into force. In reaction to Coinbase's recent investment in Circle, a significant USD stablecoin on its platform, this statement indicates that Coinbase sought counsel from SEC experts in advance of introducing XRP. Deaton believes that if the SEC action had not occurred, Coinbase would have picked Ripple over Circle. It's worth noting that Coinbase listed XRP and Circle's USD around the same time, with transaction times of 3-5 seconds and 10-12 seconds, respectively. The process of relisting XRP on Coinbase proved to be more than just a transaction. It included a detailed due diligence procedure that was methodically carried out to guarantee strict compliance with regulatory regulations. Coinbase takes aggressive moves to navigate the regulatory environment by collaborating with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. This engagement was critical in establishing that XRP is regarded as a digital asset rather than a security. The SEC and Coinbase had a meeting to explore XRP's categorization as a digital asset. Surprisingly, the SEC did not object to Coinbase's XRP intentions during their conversation. In a statement, John Deaton recognized Coinbase's regulatory harmonization as seen by its preparations for a forthcoming IPO. Deaton noticed that Coinbase actively pushed both XRP and another stablecoin, USDEC, in recent months. The exchange saw these digital assets as game changers, particularly at a period when conventional bank transactions were sometimes time-consuming. During the intensive advertising activities, a startling development occurred. The legal action taken by former SEC Chairman Jay Clayton against Ripple shocked the cryptocurrency sector, claiming that XRP was being traded illegally as security. Surprisingly, despite recent SEC hints to the contrary, a lawsuit emerged contesting the categorization of XRP as a security. Despite the SEC's approval of MoneyGram International Inc.'s inclusion of XRP into its cross-border payment system 18 months ago, this latest legal action occurred. Despite the SEC's approval of MoneyGram International Inc.'s inclusion of XRP into its cross-border payment system 18 months ago, this latest legal action occurred. Deaton emphasizes the negative effect of legal challenges on XRP's future development. These challenges have resulted in wasted opportunities and the loss of major advantages.